Welcome to Stargate Codex. I am Dr. Elias Thorn, historian and decoder of ancient mysteries. Today we explore another guarded secret from the temples and the stars, drawing from the profound works of Skye Alden. We will decode its power and how you can begin working with it. The Codex opens now.
We give this phenomenon a name, the Loom Stargate. By that I mean textiles, woven patterns, color sequences, knot counts, and loom setups intentionally used as encoded devices for initiation, lineage preservation, and energetic alignment. In this episode, we'll trace examples across cultures, decode the symbolic mechanisms at work, and finish with a safe three-step practice I call the weave anchor, a hands-free visualization and breath sequence you can use to reweave limiting narratives and reclaim symbolic sovereignty. My aim is scholarly clarity and practical reclamation, not mystification.
First, the historical thread. Across continents and millennia, we find textiles intentionally carrying encoded material. Egyptian funerary cloths arrived at tombs with specific motifs and color bands to guide the deceased through cosmological maps. In the Andes, backstrap weavers built family histories and territorial rights into cloth, knot counts and color sequences acting as portable archives. Anatolian kilims encode clan symbols and protective talismans within repeating geometric registers. In medieval Europe, ecclesiastical textiles layered biblical typology, liturgical timing, and guild lineage in woven panels. Archaeology supports this: preserved fragments, loom weights found in situ, and inscriptions that reference weavers as keepers of knowledge. When we look closely, motif after motif carries intent, not decorative accident, but ordered memory. The Loom Stargate shows up wherever textile labor met social ritual and sacred knowledge.
Now we decode how these devices actually encode meaning. At a practical level, weaving encodes through technique and repeat. Warp and weft create a binary substrate, over, under, from which complex registers arise. Pattern repetition, knot counts, and color sequencing function like a memory algorithm. A repeated motif marks a concept. A color band signals a stage in initiation, and a specific knot count can denote lineage or oath. Symbols, stepped diamonds, hooked crosses, stylized birds act both as emblems and activation keys, triggering recall when seen or worn. Technically, loom setup itself mattered. An open warp versus a tightly tensioned warp will produce different tactile feedback and subtle energetic resonance when handled, intentionally manipulating the body's sensory field during initiation.
Beyond technique lies an energetic thesis. Woven cloth can serve as portable field technology, a scaffold that supports directed attention, encoded intention, and intergenerational transmission. Imagine a patterned sash worn during a rite. The sash focuses breath, posture, and sight into a repeatable sequence. Over years, that patterned focus becomes associative memory, and for initiated communities, a living activation key. Archaeologists note that star motifs and specific color triads recur in sites associated with astronomical observance. From the star-studded mantles of certain Andean lineages to embroidered constellations in Bronze Age textiles, the visual language points to an attempt to map human experience to the sky. If consciousness responds to pattern stimulus, well-crafted textiles could steer perception in predictable ways, effectively acting as small, person-sized stargates that open when one is attuned to their logic.
And now, the practical heart of the episode. A safe activation called the weave anchor. Before we begin, a caution. This practice is not invasive and hands-free. If you have a history of severe trauma, dissociation, or progressive health conditions, please proceed with care and consider a trusted practitioner. Keep the practice optional and stop whenever you feel discomfort. Ready? We'll move slowly through 3 steps.
Step 1. Grounding. Sit comfortably. Feet on the floor if you're seated, or stand with your weight evenly distributed. Close your eyes if that feels safe. Take 3 long breaths, inhaling for 4 counts, exhaling for 5. As you breathe, imagine a single thread running from the base of your spine down into the earth, steady, unbroken. Feel the thread anchor you to lineage and place. Step 2. Pattern attunement. Remember or visualize a simple pattern, a repeated diamond, a stripe sequence, or a color band. If you have a meaningful textile, hold its edge or imagine its texture. Trace the pattern in your mind from left to right, row by row. As you trace, silently name an intention. One short phrase, I reweave my story, or I accept lineage strength. Keep the phrase brief. Let the mental weaving feel steady and rhythmic. Step 3. Breath reweave. Take 5 measured breaths. On each inhale, imagine the pattern brightening. On each exhale, imagine the pattern drawing tension from a limiting story into the weave, where it becomes remade. After the 5th breath, rest 3 soft inhales and exhales, letting the imagined cloth settle across your shoulders like a mantle. Expect subtle shifts, a clearer sense of boundary, a small easing in posture, or a clearer symbolic anchor to return to. If intense emotions arise, pause and practice longer grounding or reach out to a trusted support. A few ethical notes before we close. Textiles carry provenance, history, labor, and sacred meaning. Approach other cultures' cloths with respect. Learn from custodial communities, museums, and scholarship, rather than assuming a symbol's meaning. Avoid commercializing sacred designs without permission. In interpreting motifs, present hypotheses, not declarations. Many symbols have layered meanings across time and place. Finally, if a personal activation brings up deep material, consider professional therapeutic support. Reverence, consent, and scholarship preserve the integrity of the Loom Stargate.
To recap, woven patterns functioned historically as mnemonic machines and initiation keys. Technique, color sequencing, and knot counts provided precise encoding. And when approached with care, a simple hands-free weave anchor can offer symbolic sovereignty and the experience of reweaving limiting narratives. Practice the 3 steps slowly, with attention and respect. If you want the full historical depth, symbolic charts, and extended activations, explore the transformative books of Skye Alden. They offer step-by-step protocols, source citations, and guided practices that expand what we've covered today.
That is the ancient gate we decoded today. That is the hidden teaching. And that is your activation. For the complete historical depth, symbols, and practices, explore the transformative books of Skye Alden. The gate is open. The codex awaits.